What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Man, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful time to talk about from some protein. And I know that a lot of people online on Twitter, you got Mark Bell with his protein leveraging, which is basically eating more protein to feel satiated and avoid overeating. And I'm going to tell you that's not a bad strategy and it works a lot of the time. But I also think that we get kind of twisted in what we need. You know, some people say a gram per pound of body weight. Some people say 1.5. Some people say 2. Some people say eat all the protein you can eat. However, we're looking at this balance, right? Like how much protein can your body actually utilize? Meaning your body utilizes all the protein, whether it's stored as, whether it's used for what, muscle building or other processes in the body, whether it's converted into carbohydrate via gluconeogenesis, or whether through that gluconeogenesis is then stored as fat. Your body will utilize every single bit of protein that you intake. However, how much protein do you really need? Like, do you really need to choke down an extra chicken breast if you can get your calories, if you can fill your calories with delicious carbohydrate, or you can fill them with some delicious fat, right? So that's the question we ask ourselves. So there's actually some really good data that I would like to read with you guys right now. And it's actually pretty darn awesome to look at. So basically the effects of 16 weeks of 2 different high protein diets with either resistance or concurrent training on body composition, muscular strength and performance, and markers of liver and kidney function in resistance trained males. Now, just to give you a rundown of this data, it literally had 2 groups. One was given 0.7 grams per pound of body weight of protein. The other was given the equivalent around 1.4 to 1.5 grams per pound. So if you look at the actual, I mean, come on, man, a lot of you are watching from Merca. It's 1.6 grams per kilo or 3.2 grams per kilo. So put that into pounds, you're looking at around 0.7, right? So going down to the actual conclusion, let's go so results were, where's the conclusion? Let me go to the conclusion. So I can tell you exactly what happened. Basically, there was no difference. Both were pretty safe. You know, there was no issues with kidney or liver, nothing worth noting. At the end of the day, there was no real difference in that muscle growth was equal in the both. So let's go here. In conclusion, we report that 16 weeks of RT and CT, each performed 4 days a week, combination of high protein diets with either 1.6 or 3.2 grams per kilogram, results in similar improvements of muscle strength and mass, absolute upper body power, and performance adaptations. This suggests that athletes can gain benefits when consuming 1.6 gram per kilogram a day to promote muscular adaptations, except for absolute lower peak body power. However, it was very minimal, like the difference in power output. Moreover, due to increase in liver and kidney markers in the other group, a protein intake of 1.6 grams safer long-term compared to greater amounts. So there were some deleterious effects on kidney and liver markers. That's something to take into consideration. A lot of it's like, look at it this way, right? Like if you're spitting out more, you know, if you're spitting out more nitrogen, more BUN, or you have more creatinine, that's simply from having more of it to process. Your body has to process more of it. So I look at that as more of an acute issue, but the question is, will that build up over time? But forget about that. Bottom line is they're eating 1.5 grams per pound of body weight for an acute period of time, for a short period of time, or a defined period of time. Whereas if you're eating half of that, or 1.6 or 0.7 grams per pound, you're going to have 0 deleterious effects on your liver and kidney markers. So where does that put us? Well, it puts us in a very, very, very good place to figure out what is going on and what is the best recommendation for you. So my recommendation for you is a lot of people just don't eat enough protein. If anything in this society, we are protein deficient, with exception of the carnivore and the keto people. But keto people, if they're really going by ketogenesis, they're eating about 80% of their calories from fat. So they might not even be getting close to a gram per pound of body weight, depending on their caloric needs. So what does that mean? That means that, well, we're probably still not eating enough protein. So 0.7 grams per pound. What I would do is I would weigh that with the studies that we've currently had and the position statement of the journal. This is in the Journal of International Science Sport Nutrition. So the journal has a positioning paper, their position on protein, where they recommend a gram per pound of body weight. I think that's fair. So if this study was done on 0.7 to 1.5, right? That middle ground, or a little less than middle ground, is 1 gram. 1 gram allows that wiggle room. You're getting just enough, right? You're getting more than enough, way more than enough. I mean, you're getting a good amount. I mean, 1 gram per pound of body weight is more than enough to sustain what you need. Okay, we'll get into other issues with this too. So you're getting the 1 gram per pound of body weight. Let me just make sure my audio was messed up earlier. It's still rocking. It's still rocking. So you're getting 1 gram per pound. It's plenty of protein. Your body's able to do its thing. And instead of worrying about getting that extra, well, let's say you have 1,000 calories of protein, let's say, basically, you're allowed to get more of your calories from delicious carbohydrate and fat foods rather than protein foods. And if you like protein foods, I'm going to actually go against this study and say, hey, if you go to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight of protein, it's not a bad thing. It's not going to hurt you, right? But I mean, we've seen safety data up to 2 grams per day, and it's perfectly fine. I mean, we can't just look at this one study in isolation, but we can look and say, hey, this gives us a very, very, very good view into what our bodies can handle as protein. So my recommendation is about 1 gram per pound of body weight a day. If you weigh 200 pounds, and again, I'm not looking at lean body mass. I'm looking at body weight. That way, if you're a little bit under, you're fine. Right? And it's really hard to judge lean body mass. It's really hard to judge it from day to day. If you weigh 200 pounds, get 200 grams of protein. If you undershoot it and get 160, 170, you're still fine. If you weigh 150 pounds, get 150 grams of protein. Aim for it. That way, if you're a little over, a little under, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. But at the end of the day, let me now address the protein leveraging and the satiating aspect of protein. So from a protein leveraging standpoint, as discussed by Mark Bell and many other individuals, basically, if you load your diet up on protein, it's harder to overeat. And I will say that's probably correct. Now, unless you have ribeye or another very calorically dense food, you're going to be in a position where who the hell wants to indulge on chicken breast, right? Like, who wants to do that? Who wants to have that, right? So you're less likely to indulge on a protein heavy food. So if you, let's say, have sirloin steak, or you have lean fish, or even fatty fish for that matter, how much salmon can a man possibly eat, right? Or you have chicken breast, or you have turkey, like you can literally eat that till you're blue in the face, and it's not going to be enough. 4 calories per gram, like that's a lot of protein. Like, you eat 100 grams of protein, that's only 400 calories. Good luck getting fat on that. Carbohydrate, however, are usually less satiating, more likely to be abundant in processed food. So right there, you're making bad choices and will get you fat. It's not about the insulins or the hormones or all that. It's simply the fact that you're able to pack in more calories from Funyuns than you are from chicken breast. It just is what it is. Now, if I'm looking at satiation, protein is not going to be what I go to. If I'm looking at satiating myself with lower calorie food, I'm going straight to fruits and vegetables. Straight to vegetables. Good luck eating 100 grams of carbs from broccoli. Like, you will literally poop yourself or just pass out before you get 100 grams of carbs from broccoli, assuming it's not covered in yummy sauce and or cheese, which even then it's just going to give you fat, but you get a lot of calories from it, right? At the end of the day, when you're looking at satiation, you should look at hydration. A lot of people are very dehydrated. Every obese person I talk to doesn't drink as much water or hydrate as much as they think they do. Something Alan Roberts, my good friend, my Gainscast co-host, really hones in on. So make sure you're hydrated. And if you have a meal, start it with your protein and your veggies. Eat your carbohydrate last. Make sure you get in what you need. Because at the end of the day, you look at carbohydrate, there's essential fatty acids, there's essential amino acids. There's no such thing as essential carbohydrate. However, I will argue that carbohydrates have very, very good reasons to be in your diet. One is fiber. If you look at all the studies on fiber, all the data on fiber, tremendous ability to decrease your chance of dying, your morbidity risk, tremendous ability to curb appetite. If you're into the blood sugar and insulin, it has an ability to decrease the blood sugar and insulin response from meals. I mean, carbohydrate is necessary. What carbohydrate you choose. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have popcorn. That doesn't mean you can't have something fun. Doesn't mean you can't have rice or sweet potatoes. That simply means that if you're looking for curbing hunger while decreasing your caloric intake, I would say vegetables, namely broccoli, cauliflower, even green beans, things like that. They're going to fill you up before you even know that you've eaten. Good luck eating enough calories, eating chicken breast and broccoli. It's just not going to happen. So from a satiation standpoint, protein's still not the best. It's better than others, but if you look at satiation scores, not by much. If you really want to be satiated, you know what's really high on it? Baked potatoes. Like white potatoes, believe it or not, are some of the most satiating foods you can eat. So I'm not talking about McDonald's French fries. I'm talking about grill yourself or bake yourself a baked potato. Don't put sour cream and butter on it. There's your satiation, and also has a lot of micronutrients in it too. So if you look at all of that combined, that's what I believe. So to surmise, and again, if you have any questions, you can ask them. There's not many people in here right now. It's a weird time of the day, but feel free to ask all the videos that you want to ask, right? All the questions that you want to ask. So just ask away. If you have anything, I will answer it. But at the end of the day, what I recommend you do is the same I've been recommending since I've probably started this YouTube channel. Number one is get a gram of protein per pound of body weight. You try not to go under 0.7. And try, if you go above 1.5, it's not a big deal, but there's absolutely no need. You can fill those calories in with carbohydrate, which, by the way, have the same amount of calories per gram as protein. Fat's a little different. It's 9 calories per gram, but you kind of get the picture, right? If you're hungry, make sure you're hydrated, and also make sure that you get those veggies in. Like Veggies will have so many health benefits, and they will also curb your hunger. I believe we've also shown similar anorectic effects from fruits. Certain fruits have it. So, I mean, that is that's one option, right? If you're really struggling with appetite, Ambrosia No Morbidity is a great choice. No Morbidity is a non-stimulant appetite suppressant. It's absolutely fantastic. And we've had so many people get amazing results. It's available at tigerfitness.com, Ambrosia Direct, and of course, at the Vitamin Shop. And that pretty much does it, man. So any questions, let me know. Sweet potatoes. Okay, 1, this is a good idea. 2, are sweet potatoes better than white potatoes in terms of nutrition? If I'm going to nitpick, I would say yes. Normally with the colored hue of the sweet potato, you're going to get more nutrients and vitamins and minerals. But at the end of the day, potato, tomato, literally in this case, no pun intended. Both forms of potatoes are good for you. Both forms are healthy, but I do believe, and they're both full of potassium and wonderful nutrients, but I do believe that the white potato, and again, if I'm wrong, correct me down below in the comments, the white potato is better at satiating you than the sweet potato. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. If you need anything, again, supplement-wise, go to tigerfitness.com, tigerfitness.com. Be sure to get Ambrosia, AmbrosiaCollective.com, also available on tigerfitness.com. We're in the #1 plant protein at Vitamin Shop. So Vitamin Shop, we're actually in Hy-Vee stores, the grocery stores in the Midwest, and we're also going into Sprouts nationwide at the end of the year. Outright Bar is obviously available on tigerfitness.com, available at Vitamin Shop, available at GNC, available at a ton of other places, including Hy-Vee, H-E-B, all those places, and Pump Chaser supplements. But again, if you got to buy anything, we carry like 11,000 products. Go to tigerfitness.com. We hook you up. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and add this, play this ad. And of course, that's not a game. I used to have to go through dozens of bottles of vitamins, of supplements, just to get what I need. Look, I'm busy. I'm running multiple businesses. I'm coaching. I'm a professional bodybuilder getting ready for my first pro show. I don't have time to sit there and do all that. I gotta go. I'm on the go all the time. That is why I created MTS Nutrition Immortal. Here's how they look. This replaces dozens of bottles of supplements. So let me tell you exactly what this has. It has probiotics, greens, liver detox, joint support, cardiovascular support, and the most complete multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement ever created. If you have a busy life or you simply want more time to do the things you love and be able to travel by just taking one simple little pack with you, Immortal's for you.